Question everything, trust nothing except your boy CryptoKeeper. Hopefully everyone is doing well. As always, it is Tuesday. Tuesdays seem to be a slow day, but I'm hoping that we are going to dive into some good stuff in the crypto space. Who was first in the house today? Two OGs in the house. Patriot K, or I'm sorry. I almost took that away from you, Caffeinated. All right, Caffeinated. Cheers. And this is a big one too. Cheers, brother. And Patriot Caveman in the house, as I started to say, yo, what up? Again, reminder: Trading Wars starting next Monday, or this coming Monday, I should say. Reminder for the few people that are in here. I'm going to give you the rundown. I've had people drop. It's been frustrating. I don't know what the heck is going on. Everybody's got a life. They don't understand that Trading Wars is the premier #1 thing they need to be and have on their schedule. People just don't understand. We got Evan Aldo, Crypto Crow, Trade Intuition, Crypto Face as the Gulag Monster, Trade Fly, Crypto Blood, FD White, Blockchain Crusader, and More Light. So I'm excited about that. More Light is the guy from that fought Ben in the first influencer fight. So he's a trader. I actually didn't know that. And there might be, praise Jesus, there might be the dev from Jesus Token. I'd love to have Maker Lee come on as well. He's a trader also. So that's a possibility that he might be somebody that's going to be coming on also. So just waiting to see what's going on there. Crypto Kool-Aid says, why is JASM so great? Well, Crypto Kool-Aid, I actually know, let me think, just about zero about JASM. So I'm not going to elaborate on that. It hasn't been great for me, but it hasn't been bad for me either. I've not lost or gained $1 with JASM. Not a single Satoshi with JASM. So I don't know whether that's a good or a bad thing. I'm hoping, Crypto Kool-Aid, that JASM has been great for you and that you are making big gains. I actually will be happy to take a look at JASM. Is this chart bullish? Let me look. Let's take a look. We'll start off that way. Why not? Let's check it out over on Binance. Well, let me share my screen real quick. This is not usually how I start, but hey, you know what? There's a few people in here. Let's get into it. Why not? And I'll show the normal stuff here in a minute. But let's take a look at JASM. Well, let me see how great it is. All right. So we have got, a massive, I will tell you the only thing that I do see right now is a massive head and shoulders. So JASM is at about 2 cents. It looks like the all-time high peaked up at about 4.5 cents. So it's down about 50% from there. My only concern here, if we want to go off technicals, now you could make the argument that this is not a great shoulder, right? But we've got a nice big possible head and shoulders, which obviously, you take basically the top of the head down to the base of the shoulder. Oh shoot, I got the magnet thing on, don't I? God, that's so annoying. Turn this damn thing off. Let's get rid of that. We take the basically head down to the shoulder line, and then we go ahead and grab this. And if that were to play out, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be ugly. That's going to be a nasty fall. But I will tell you that head and shoulders, just a heads up for all of you that don't know this. That is I don't really know why a lot of people rely on a head and shoulders so much. It is the least played out charting function, if you will, the least played out indicator, I believe, period. There's a reason that I use volume. Old school traders in the stock market, they are looking at really just flat out. I mean, obviously there's a million different ways to do this, but the reality is, where are people buying? Where are people selling? And where are people likely taking profits and or getting out of positions? That's what trading at its core is. And then obviously you have the mental preparation and the mental aerobics that you have to go through in the meantime. Do I take profits? Do I be greedy? Do I set a stop? Do I not? Right? There's all of these different factors that play in, but the reality is, where are people buying? Where are people selling? And I think that is probably to me, the most important thing, period. BTC USDT. Sorry, pulling up USDT. PT.P perpetuals. There we go. Sorry, had to go back over to my Bitcoin chart. Yeah. So at any event, all of that just to say, if you look at it from the head and shoulders perspective, it's not looking so great. But there had been big, large, huge gains. Again, just like any of the newer stuff. I don't know when JASM came out. I've got the Bitcoin chart pulled up, but a lot of the newer projects, it's all about getting in early. It's all about getting in early or having the balls to buy in on a big dip, DIP. You know, crypto blood in the house. What up, homie? Glad to see you. Actually, I got something I need to throw at you later on, Blood. I'll give you a buzz after the stream. So yeah, the answer to your question is I know nothing about JASM, but it's got a head and shoulders, the least played out charting function. So aren't you glad you came to check in at Trading Wars today? That is my expert analysis. Let's take a look at the markets. Let's see what's going on. The global crypto market caps are at. Let me update this right quick. Let me scroll up actually, and then I shall update. 2.23 trillion with a T dollars. That is up 3.1%. Love to see it. Bitcoin on the 24-hour up, what do you know? 3.6%. ETH up over 3K. Looking good. That 57,697 number, I had been talking to you guys about 58, 59, and 60K. Those are all very important levels. So pay attention as we see whether we get rejected again at this 58K number. If we continue to get rejected at 58K, stand by because it could get a little windy. Could get a little rocky. Tether holding firm at $1. The market is saved. BNB $519. That's up about 3.5%. Solana up at 142. I still think Solana, even though as much as I don't like all the chaos that goes on in Solana, besides Coochie. Other than that, I don't like the chaos going on in Solana, but it's under 150 bucks. I still think not a terrible opportunity there. XRP doing XRP things. Up 2.3% at 43 cents. Toncoin continuing to do its thing up over $7. Best call your boy Keeper has made in a long, long time. And the ones that are near and dear to my heart, Caspa up at about 17 cents. It's up 4.4%. Got some stuff going on in the Casma. You got JASM and Caspa mixed together there. Casma. The Caspa ecosystem that are super, super, super bullish. Just a quick touch on that. Mara, which is Marathon Digital Holdings, the largest mining company in the world, jumped into Caspa. I don't know if I've talked to you guys about this or not, but jumped into the mining game with Caspa in a large, large way not too terribly long ago, which then obviously brought the rewards, the number of Caspa down that I was bringing in because you added a whole bunch of extra, network activity. So I was like, man, this sucks. But the reality is it is the verification and validation that Caspa is the real freaking deal. As we continue to mine Caspa and the numbers go down, the price appreciation hopefully will outpace that. And man, it's been good so far. So I'm continuing to be confident that that's going to continue in that direction. All the way down at 45 VeChain. It's up 10.8%. Glad to see that. I needed something out of VeChain. Been talking about VeChain for a long time. We're going to talk about the U.S. military a little bit today and blockchain technology. And VeChain literally hits the spot if they weren't a Chinese company. So let me be clear. I do not think that VeChain will be getting involved in the U.S. government. There's just about zero chance that happens. But the U.S. government is getting into blockchain technology, and they've been in, but they're looking at basically different ways to revolutionize what they are doing. And VeChain does a lot of supply chain management tracking, which is a lot of what the military wants to do to cover themselves in a number of different ways using blockchain technology. It's too bad they are a Chinese company because that would be super bullish. Crypto Kool-Aid, you got in at 0.0047 and it's at 2 cents. Well, yeah, that's a banger. I hope you put in a lot at 0.0047 because that's a nice thing. Your daily reminder for Patriot Caveman. Rate cuts in July. God, again, I hope you're right, Patriot Caveman. I don't know about it. I don't know about it. So yeah, so going through, let's see, Bonk up 10.3%. A lot of people have been excited about what's happening there. Notcoin had a huge move over the last week. It's up almost 20% on the week. Took a little bit of a pullback. It was up like 40% the other day. Obviously, it's been pulling back since then. When you get those huge moves, they turn back around. Celestia up 16%. Let's see any other big movers we have through the top 100. Jupiter, which is obviously the DEX on Solana, that's up 10%. SEI up 16%. Multiverse X, that's eGold, up 10%. What else we got? Anything else? Any other decent movers in the top 100? That's about it. So that is the top 100. Let's take a look at the crypto bubbles. Look at that. Love seeing it. Love it. Green. Love the green, guys. Love the green. Used to actually, love the green, but not anymore. No thanks. TIA up almost 16%. Like I said, Jupiter up 11%. VeChain up 10%. Brett up 11%. It's interesting. Some of these meme coins are, it used to be so much different. There's so much gambling going on in the crypto ecosystem at this point. Johnny, what up? Glad to see you. Glad that you're here, man. So much gambling happening in the crypto space. Let's check in real quick on near and dear to my heart. Let's check in on Tonald. What's Tonald doing? Yeah, you guys look, I'm telling you, here comes the recovery. We're at $2.7 million. We were down at, we were down below 2. We were down at 1.9 million. We're at 2.7 mil. So that's a nice little, let's see, nice little move. What do I got this on the daily? Let's see what we moved in there. Boom. What are we up? Oh, hold on. Am I reading that right? Yeah, 37%. Nice. Like that. These little moves on small product, they don't take a lot to happen, right? And so when you are brave enough to dive in to a smaller market cap, meme coin, the question becomes, what's your game plan? Is your game plan to put a large amount and then boom, you get a 20% move, 30% move, 40% move, and you're out? Or do you put a small amount and say, hey, listen, I need this thing to go from 2.7 million up to 270 million. That's all on you, right? I am shaving my beard for Caspa at 15 million as a reminder. It will get there. I'm telling you it will get there. And at 30 million, I'm getting the logo tattooed on me somewhere. I got to hide it though. I can't. I've been told that there's, somebody special in my life that doesn't want to see Donald Trump's face tattooed on me. You know what I mean? It's actually just his silhouette with the Toncoin logo. Effectively, it's pretty cool. But I'll probably hide it up underneath my arm on this side since I've got this other arm basically covered and all through my chest. I'll have to put it probably up under my other arm, but that's going to be happening at 30 million. So stand by. Listen, you guys are looking for ways and means to get into Tonald. It's tonald.io. Tonald with a T.io. Let's see here. Anything for Click says the market is going to pump because you bearish. I'm actually not bearish at all. I want to look at some different opportunities that are in the. Hold on. Let's be really clear. I'm not bearish at all on the overall market. I'm bearish in the short term on what on the games that these institutions are playing with your money, trying to use you as exit liquidity, trying to use these ETFs to play games with retail money is effectively what I believe is happening. So I wouldn't say that I'm even bearish. I just see the games being played before my eyes. The games that I was telling all of you for the last year, as these large institutions get in, they play what I like to call the big boy and big girl games. So I believe, and I feel like we are seeing those things play out. And so pay attention. Like I said, I've been talking about it for a while. As we get more and more like the stock market, there are going to be more and more stock market-esque games being played as the institutions are not only competing against each other, but they also work together to use the average person as exit liquidity, right? So, yeah. All right. Let's see what else we got going on. How's Jesus Coin doing? 13.48 million. Let me update this. Let me make sure that's still the same. That's basically exactly what it was yesterday. Has it moved? 13.49 million. So Jesus Coin is down a hair, but yeah, I love that community. So, is what it is. All right, so smash the like if you haven't already. Reminder, Trading Wars starting next Monday. Your boy Crypto Blood was in the chat. I don't know if he's still there, but Blood, looking forward to seeing what you can do. Your boy FD White, going to come in and see if he can, beat up on you a little bit. I don't know. We're gonna find out. But let's talk about what's happening bullishly in the crypto space. Since anything for clicks was talking about me being bearish, let's talk about this. Bullish drivers remain in play despite Germany's Bitcoin sales and MtGox reimbursements. All right, let's hear about it. Well, first of all, let's get rid of this stupid ad. Germany's Bitcoin sales and MtGox reimbursements way over BTC. Major economy's expansionary phase, slowing inflation, and peak tech optimism on Wall Street suggest a positive outlook. It may seem like turbulent times in the crypto market amid Germany's Bitcoin sales and fears about mass liquidations by defunct exchange MtGox creditors. However, looking past these supply overhangs reveals a promising outlook, buoyed by supportive macroeconomic factors and sustained risk-taking in traditional markets. Bitcoin, the leading crypto by market value, has dropped over 17% to 57.2 in 4 weeks. It's a little higher than that right now, causing a rout in meme coins, digital assets supposedly tied to AI, and other risky corners of the crypto market, CoinDesk data shows. The big picture, however, remains bullish, meaning once supply overhangs from Germany and MtGox creditors run dry, the market could stage an impressive recovery. Okay, let me pause right there. What this should say is the market will stage an impressive recovery. Listen, the question becomes, first of all, a couple different things here. I talked yesterday, my beard's all messing with me today. Talked about a couple different things yesterday. One of them is the idea that the US government and institutions are making a play to effectively have USDC take market share from USDT via Bitcoin and Bitcoin miners. I talked about that yesterday. I'm not going to dive all back into that right now. The other part is obviously the Germany stuff that's happening. But my question becomes, the MtGox information we've had for a long time, is that priced in? Is the MtGox money priced in? Were investors, whether they be retail or traditional, right, TradFi or whatever, are these market participants pricing in the fact that there's $7 billion-ish worth of Bitcoin that's going to be released to holders in some form or fashion to be able to take profits, right? Is that priced in? If so, that bullish reversal could happen sooner than later. But in the meantime, if you were to ask me what I thought was going to happen, I think we're going to be bouncing between. Listen, if we press through 60K, plan on 64. If we press through and hold 60, I'm longing that up to 64. I'm just telling you right now, just from the analysis that I've done, I will be, if we press through, but we've got to press through and hold 60K. Okay. And I will tell you, remember, you've got to have a game plan. If we press through 60K and just blast right through it and continue to the upside, I'm not going to try to take that trade. I'm not going to chase. This is one of the things that I've been learning in trading. You look for your actual setup, because chasing, either way, either catching a falling knife, right, trying to short on the way down, or chasing on the way up, not good strategy. You can get lucky, right? You can get lucky. I've got lucky. But if you have technical indicators that are telling you that the market is heading in one direction or another, and then you are willing to look at, because I believe the news also is important. It does affect people psychologically. And then if you have bullish or bearish news, depending on which way that's going, you can combine those two efforts and say, okay, this is my game plan. Too many people go into trading like they're stepping onto a casino floor. That is not what we're trying to do here. When we do trading wars, which again starts Monday, when we do trading wars, these traders are trying to scalp trade actively, but I'm forcing them to trade. I don't want you guys to feel forced to trade. This is a show for entertainment and to test how well these traders can trade in a really tough set of circumstances. That's not the circumstances that you at home should be in. You at home, not financial advice, should be looking for opportunities in the market and things that you see as being bullish or bearish to then make your decision. And if it plays out, execute on the trade or set the trade up in advance, right? Set up a limit order. of some sort, whether you're shorting or longing, right? But too many times people do the meme coin thing, right? And again, I love my meme coins. I'm on the team with Donald and tight with Coochie, and like I've seen these things do amazing things, and I've made great money on a number of them, right? But the reality is, as a general rule, people are gambling with these meme coins. The traders that come on the show are not gambling. They're actively using their technical prowess and indicators to make decisions to push themselves to make a trade one way or the other. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. The traders are going to have 10 grand to play with this season. So we're going to be seeing a lot bigger trades. I got to tell you that. If somebody 100Xs, right? If somebody 100Xs, they got $1 million trade heading on to the exchange. It's going to be fun. So there's going to be some big money coming in. Gary Wing, I see you. He said he's the man. He's got to be talking about me, obviously. So Gary, thank you. I know you were definitely coming on to Trading Wars like Keeper. He is the man. So I appreciate you, bro. Right back at you. Right back at you. So yeah, so the question becomes overall bullish, bearish just because of some of the games that are being played in the short term, bullish long term. This, as we lead up to, and you can clip this, as we lead up to the election, we will have a wild run. A wild run, right? The only space where it's encouraged to talk about Jesus and Coochie in the same stream. This is very, very good information. This is a great comment, right? This is a great comment, and I love you for it. And yeah, I talk about Jesus and Coochie in conjunction with each other because I love them both. Oh my gosh, I'm totally going to get kicked off YouTube. Thankfully, I have the little box check that says not for children, right? As we, as I set up the stream, it's like, hey, is this for kids? And it's like, no, I'm going to be talking about Coochie on the stream, you know? So shout out to Blood for bringing the Coochie to everybody. We appreciate you. And then Jesus has just been my homie for a long time. So I'm going to continue to talk about him. All right, let's move it on. Let's see what else we got going on in the Bitcoin and blockchain space. Let's talk about the armed services. So many of you know I was in the Marine Corps. When I just kind of give you a little bit of backstory real quick, and then I'll dive into this as it relates to blockchain. When I got into the Marine Corps, I was effectively I was running away from myself. I had a lot of chaos going on in my life, and I was like, man, you know what? And I've seen a lot of people do this, and I know a lot of other people that were in the armed services, like doing the same thing, like just trying to figure out life, right? No matter what that looked like, they're trying to figure out life. And so I've always been a risk taker. I've always been aggressive. I've always been a fighter. I've always been a lot of these things, right? Not afraid to hit something head on. My recruiter, made it out like I was going to be the James Bond of the Marine Corps. You know what I mean? This is how he sold me. And I look back on it and you got me, bro. Sold it as it. So I got a 99 on my ASVAB. It's the highest you can get, right? I don't think you can actually get 100. I literally think I got them all right. I think they give you a 99 because that's how the military, especially the Marine Corps, is, right? They're like, yeah, you're never perfect. You've always got to be able to be better. All that just to say, I got a 99 on my ASVAB, and I was thinking about wanting to go into like I wanted to go to war. I wanted to go to combat. I'm like, heck yeah, let's get it. And my recruiter was like, hey, listen, you're not. That's not where we're headed here, right? That's not at all. Not with your scores. That's definitely not where you're going to be headed. And so he sold this thing to me as if like data, which is 0651, which was ultimately me wiring and networking like ships and job sites, and literally I just did a bunch of computer stuff that I wasn't really good at in the first place, right? But so yeah, so a lot of you know that I went into the military and enjoyed my time there. It was very important for me. I would never take it back. Hoorah, kill, all of those things. Love all of you. If you served, hey, thank you very much for your service, Patriot Caveman. I think it looks like you were in the service as well. So thank you very much for your service. But all of that just to say, the military is recognizing, the United States is recognizing the value of blockchain. There's so much good that blockchain can be used for, and a big part of it is transparency. And what we know about the war machine, which call it what you want, that's what we have going on. There is financial winnings by the government in war. There is. But there's also, in that, there's not a lot of transparency with what's happening with our money. So the reason that I like, this is not a question you ever ask somebody, by the way. It's literally not a question that you ever ask somebody. That's like not a cool question. But what I look at is the opportunity for the United States to protect themselves, for one, but also be transparent to its citizens as much as humanly possible. Obviously, there's national security measures that are at play, so you can only do so much in terms of giving out information. But I think blockchain could be a great thing for the military. So let's talk about that a little bit. The impact of blockchain technology in armed services. The U.S. Armed Services Committee's latest National Defense Authorization Act, the NDAA, draft for fiscal year 2025 includes significant provisions for exploring blockchain's technology's role in national security and defense applications. A committee-approved draft was sent to the full House. Are we watching a TV show here? For consideration, and the Senate Armed Committee Services Committee advanced it to the Senate floor on July 9th. It states, the committee acknowledges the potential uses of blockchain technology for broader national security purposes within the defense landscape. This is a long, long article, okay? So guess what? I'm not going to sit here and bore you with it. So what I am going to tell you is that the biggest piece of the action here is supply chain management, right? That's why I was talking about VeChain earlier. VeChain focuses on supply chain management, but it's a Chinese-owned entity, so there's not a chance, because part of what they want to do with blockchain is protect, insulate, and be able to see what's happening with foreign adversaries, people that are not, in NATO, etc. Right? And so what I'm getting at is when I was in the military, I specifically remember guys in supply that would actually see, and probably a lot of you have heard this, but I have actually seen these military contracts that come through. And I'm not exaggerating here. I have seen, I'm going to give you an example, and I'm going to miss the mark on this by a little bit, but I'll give you a decent example. A box of pens, okay, that would normally go in a store for, now I'm talking about a big box, like a freaking crate of pens or whatever, that would maybe go for $500 because it's a lot of pens, right? There would be a contract in which was getting paid out to somebody's crony, somebody's homie, and a $500 allotment of pens would be $40,000. We waste so much money in the military. Now, if we started using blockchain technology and people were able to see some of that actually happening before their eyes, I think that all of a sudden, maybe some of the landscape could change there. Maybe a little bit of transparency in things like that would be good. And then also, obviously, it would be good for our tax dollars. Why are we spending $40,000 on pens when it's $500 worth of pens? It doesn't make sense, right? It's just padding somebody's pocket that's homies with the, with the head of supply in a particular unit or whatever, whoever was able to finagle their way into that contract. If you've seen War Dogs, they talk about some of this in that too. It's a great movie, fun movie to watch, funny, true story. But all of that just to say, so they start talking about supply chain management is one of them. What else were they talking about? They're talking about, so basically it specifically covered several key areas: an assessment of the benefits and risks of implementing blockchain in supply chain management, an analysis of the current state of blockchain adoption with the DoD and the defense industrial base, a plan for pilot programs or research initiatives exploring blockchain's use in national security applications such as supply chain management and, drumroll, cyber security, obviously, analysis of blockchain research and development activities by foreign countries, adversaries, particularly Russia and China, right? Organizational recommendations to foster blockchain development within the DoD, including feasibility of creating and coordinating Office Center of Excellence, recommendations for legislative or regulatory actions to enhance supply chain transparency, which is what I was just talking about, and auditability through blockchain technology. It says they already began exploring blockchain applications, culminating in a 2024 contract with blockchain startup Constellation. This initiative marked a significant step in utilizing blockchain to enhance the cybersecurity backend systems and secure data transfer across defense, transportation system, commercial airlift partners. All of that just to say, they recognize the side of it that, hey, this technology is great. Now, what's the step that we want to see past that? That's the real question here. The step that we want to see past that is them recognizing Bitcoin. Let's just use Bitcoin. We're not going to get into all of, they're not going to use JASM, right? Shout out to whoever it was that was asking me that earlier. I'm really sorry, but who was that? I'm going to look now. What was his name? Who was asking me about JASM? I'm looking. Oh, Crypto Kool-Aid. Yeah, the military is not going to be using JASM, right? But they might look at the opportunity that Bitcoin presents, right? So what we really want to see is Bitcoin to be used, right, in any and all military applications. What if they started transacting in Bitcoin, because the US government is the largest holder of Bitcoin in the world? What if they started transacting in Bitcoin for supply chain management? What if, so they've got, billions and billions and billions of dollars to use. What if they just said, hey, supply chain management side of things, the things that we are doing to supply our troops, to supply our men and women overseas or here, stateside. What if they said, you know what? We're going to use blockchain technology and Bitcoin specifically to track and follow and pay for those things. God, that would be beautiful. Do you know how bullish that would be if we could get the military to not just use blockchain technology? That's good, but to actually use Bitcoin. Not likely, if you ask me. I highly doubt that our U.S. government is going to step away from their U.S. dollar or whatever, stable coin that they decide to go with, which will be USDC or a CBDC. I highly doubt it, but man, would it be bullish for them to say, you know what, we're going to be transparent with you. We're going to spend our money wisely and we're going to let the people see it. Now, we're going to need Republicans to get into office for that to happen. Let's just call it like it is. I don't care. You lean left, right, or somewhere in between. It is much more bearish for blockchain technology if Democrats get in office this next go around, right? It just is. So, all right, moving on. Smash the like if you haven't already. We got some people watching over on Twitter. Shout out to, X. It's X, I'm sorry. Shout out to all my homies over on X. I love you guys. I appreciate you for being here. Make sure that you're not just lurking. Make sure that you're, following the channel as well. Speaking moreover about the blockchain space and ways that it's being used, Senator Marsha Blackburn now accepts Bitcoin and crypto donations. Interesting. Blackburn joins Donald Trump and other politicians embracing Bitcoin. U.S. Senator Marsha Blackburn, she's a Republican from Tennessee, has announced in a press release sent to Bitcoin Magazine that her re-election campaign now accepts cryptocurrency donations. The move comes as Blackburn's campaign recently launched a page dedicated to Bitcoin donations. Our campaign is committed to meeting supporters where they are. As a growing number of Americans utilize digital currencies for everyday transactions, we're excited to take this next step and stay on the cutting edge of 21st century digital world. This announcement follows a recent trend of Bitcoin adoptions among U.S. politicians. Just yesterday, Blackburn chaired the RNC platform committee that passed their 2024 platform draft, committing to defend the right to mine and self-custody Bitcoin. Congressman Matt Gaetz recently introduced a bill allowing federal income tax payments in Bitcoin. I will never pay my taxes in Bitcoin, by the way. Well, hold on. I'll pay my taxes for money made in Bitcoin. Let me be clear, Mr. Government, right? IRS. I'm saying that I would never pay my taxes in Bitcoin. That's just me personally. Additionally, former President Donald Trump also started accepting Bitcoin Lightning payments for campaign donations. Okay. Bullish or bearish? What do we think in the chat? Is it bullish or bearish that the politicians are accepting Bitcoin? Let me just tell you, I know this is probably not going to be much of a surprise. They would take anything you want to give them that they feel that they can convert to dollars. Don't get it twisted. If you want to, listen, I'm telling you right now, if you had a 1969, Camaro SS original, whatever, right? And it's 100 and something grand. And you said, I want to donate this to your campaign. You know what they're going to do, right? They're going to say, thank you very much. They're going to figure out a way to take it as a donation. They're not going to be riding in it. They're going to sell that shit for $100 and something grand and say, thank you very much. So I don't think that it's like some big revelation. I've heard people talking about it and they're like, oh, this is so great. I mean, look at it. Like we have politicians accepting, they'll accept anything. Give them a free dinner. They'll take it. Now, I'm being funny, but at the same time, I'm dead serious. They will take anything you want to toss at them to be able to help out their campaign. That's just a fact. Now, is it a good thing for optics? Is it a good thing for the growth of the cryptocurrency space? Hell yeah. It's a good thing. Because when somebody like Donald Trump is talking about Bitcoin, people listen. Right? These politicians, people do listen to them, whether they think they're full of crap or not. They listen to them. And so, yes, it's bullish in that regard. But I just want to remind everybody, listen, you literally could give them anything and they're going to take it. All they want to do is win so that they can then get in and position themselves, or at least a lot of them have done this, get in and position themselves to make 200 grand a year, which is a good living, right? Nothing wrong with that. And then have $20 million after their 4, 6, or 8 year term. How that happened, don't ask me. I don't know. I didn't have anything to do with it. I'm just telling you what the bank accounts look like. So that 200K a year, ends up being, just that's like just like play money at the end of the deal, right? It's just like, oh yeah, I did make 200 grand a year. I totally forgot I never needed it because of all this other stuff that I was able to do. So don't get it twisted. It's great. I'm happy that they're accepting. I don't know how many people are going to use this unless some people are trying to be somewhat semi-private about making donations. I like my Bitcoin too much to use it for, campaign donations. But again, give people their options. Meet people where they're at. 2024, meet them where they're at. Yeah, yay. All right. So let's talk about the narratives that are shaping Bitcoin's price recovery, because I think this is important. We're seeing a price recovery right now. What's the narratives surrounding that and why they matter? So its price is down 24% since topping at 71,758, which I think that number is low. As sentiment remains sore, the next directional bias for the Pioneer cryptocurrency hinges on 4 critical narratives that continue to unfold. Let's talk about what they are. Number 1, the ETH ETF's launch could inspire positive market sentiment. Crypto supporters join Ethereum token holders to see whether spot Ethereum ETFs will begin trading this week. The US SEC collected final S1 forms from the prospective ETH ETF issuers on Monday. This suggests progress in the approval process for these financial instruments. Crypto financial services platform Matrixport shares the optimism. The firm anticipates possible launches this week as the deadline for issuers to submit the amended S1 filings reaches. According to the report, progress could be as swift as in May when the regulator greenlit the 19B4 forms only 3 days after submission. So boom, that would be bullish, right? It says, along with the expected launch, they anticipate a 12% recovery in ETH to 3,400. Listen, I think we got a lot farther than that to go, but that'll probably just be short term. Boom, I spoke about this earlier, and I hadn't even read this part yet, to be honest with you. MtGox impact may already be priced in. I hadn't even read this on here yet. That's interesting. Anxiety around MtGox repayments continues to fade as the market has already accounted for or priced in the impact. MtGox Rehabilitation Trustee initiated repayments in Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash last week. Bitstamp Exchange, in agreement with MtGox, indicated that it will ensure investors are compensated as soon as possible. It highlighted a 60-day timeline for token distribution, with some creditors already confirming receipt. Kraken, one of the 5 exchanges the trustee will use for reimbursement, has a 90-day timeline. It says many of these creditors are long-term Bitcoiners, early adopters who are technologically adept and have previously rejected aggressive offers to liquidate their claims for cash. So let's talk about that real quick. We talked about this yesterday, and hold on a second. What did Patriot say? Pretty sure Caffeinated and myself said that yesterday. Oh, did you say something about it being priced in yesterday? Yeah, maybe you did. Appreciate it. I think it very likely, I guess, could be. I don't know. Yes, we did talk about that yesterday. So let me revisit this. I believe that the MtGox people are Bitcoiners, are early technological pioneers. So do I think that they're going to wipe out everything? No, I don't. I thought about this yesterday, Patriot Caveman, after you were talking about that. And I was like, wait a minute. If these people have been in Bitcoin for 10 years, they understood at least a piece of what they had a long time before I did. 3 years before I did. I've been in crypto since 2017. So I've been in crypto for 7 years now, a little bit over 7 years. And so I see, or actually I guess technically be coming up on 7 years right now. So not the point. Point is, they believed in a technology before many even understood or knew what it was. So do I think that they're going to dump their entire bag? No. But I do see for sure a bunch of profit taking happening. Now, I think that really the overarching theme here is the news and institutions just using this as what I talked about yesterday, kind of a pointer. And it's used to keep people confused. What is the number one thing that you can do to keep someone on their toes? Not let them know what you're doing. Keep them confused. Keep them questioning. And they don't want retail to win, right? So I won't be surprised. This is what I was kind of referring to in the title on this. I won't be surprised if there is a narrative that says that is hella bullish while this money is getting distributed. Why? Well, because that would have these people feeling like, because it's all about feelings and emotions, right? That would have these people feeling like, oh my gosh, I know it's at 57K or 58K or 60K or 54K or whatever. I know it's there and there's a ton of money there. But God, it's going to go to over 100K. Why don't I just be, I've waited this long. Why don't I just wait a little bit longer? Right? So I could see that happening, which would slow it down. And the news gets used for that purpose all the freaking time. And so if you think that they're not going to use it this time too, you're wrong. They will absolutely use effectively what is a fear and greed index via the news to keep people guessing, to keep people from just dumping these markets. Now, the other side of that you could argue is that, yes, exactly, Picture Caveman, question everything, trust nothing. The other side of that is, and this is what you need to think about as well, these institutions want to buy Bitcoin as low as possible. I went through my theory yesterday talking about the capitulation of USDT and Bitcoin and USDC, all of that chaos that I see ensuing. They want to buy as cheap as possible. So what you also have to consider is that they might do the exact opposite of what I just said and could say, hey, this is going down. You better sell while you can, to put market pressure to then bring prices down for the institution to say, thank you, because there's a lot of money coming onto the market, right? So I could see it being used either way. If their goal is for people to hold, and use them later for some more exit liquidity in one move or another, they will push a bullish narrative through this market. If their goal is to just buy everything up, quickly, they are going to try to scare the pants off of each and every person coming in on this, from the MtGox deal. That's what I can see. So 3, we've talked about a lot, the German Bitcoin sell-off. Since June 19th, the German government has moved more than 10,000 Bitcoins worth $1 billion, moved into various crypto wallets and exchanges. This catalyzed a recent Bitcoin sell-offs as investors front-run a possible supply shock. However, based on Arkham data, token balances are depleting in the government's reserve. Listen, let me tell you this. On meme coins, on Tonald, we had some large bag holders. We had some large bag holders that were not part of the team, that were effectively, and they did a good job, trying to sabotage what we had going on. Like literally, one of the guys got kicked. He got kicked out of the group for just being a douche, and he wanted to cause as much pain as possible. And on these smaller, assets, they're able to push prices around that same way, right? We got somebody from Hong Kong. Coco, what's up? Glad that you are here. Thank you for being here. I'll get to you in just a second, JJ. No, I'm not. I'm not getting to this at all. I'm going to show it. Hey, I got a bet to make. I bet the market will either go up or down. Dude, I'm just giving you scenarios. Quit busting my balls. And so, what was I saying? Oh yeah, with the wallet. So what we will do is, you watch these wallets, and you're anticipating these wallets running out, because it then depletes that pressure. And at any point, we had somebody dumping 20, 40, 60. Somebody dumped like 90K worth of tonaled, and it put a lot of pressure, especially, on the market cap's never been over 12 million. It puts a lot of pressure on the market, right? So it's exactly what's happening on a large scale here. The people, the investors, both institutional and retail, are watching these wallets, because at the point that they don't really have much left, it's like, okay, well, the damage has been done. Let's move on. And so, that's why they're paying attention to see, like, what's going on here? When are they going to be done? Says there's speculation that the German government will eventually slow down on Bitcoin transactions, which could play in favor of the flagship crypto asset. One of the country's MPs, Joanna Qatar, who is a renowned crypto activist, said the Germans' local media had captured the call out, with investors in the country expressing anger. Says the German press picks it up. Number 4, this is important. Federal Reserve Chair testimony this week. Inflation is steadily decelerating in the U.S., and the country's economy is showing strength, but is still far away from satisfactory levels. With these, a soft landing seems likely. I would have never guessed it, especially after July 5th positive payroll data. The Federal Reserve's long-awaited pivot in monetary policy now looks like it's a possibility. It says the Fed's latest projections are keeping investors cautious. Fewer rate cuts than hoped for are putting pressure on riskier assets. Political uncertainty in Europe and stronger USD are pushing Bitcoin down, a popular account on X wrote. Crypto markets continue to feel the heat of these macro events. This week is critical as Fed Chair Jerome Powell prepares to address Congress on July 9th and July 10th. Guys, let me throw out a suggestion here. Don't trade these events. It's called trading wars, right? Let me just give you a little hint. Don't trade these events. It's just like trading earnings in the stock market. It's not a good idea. Might you get lucky? Yes, absolutely. You could always get lucky, right? But the reality is, you don't understand, or don't, and me too, I'm including myself, I'm not saying you, we don't understand truly what the larger game at play here, like what is the larger goal at hand here in these markets. And because you don't, trying to trade because the information could come out as bullish, and they could have a game plan to literally bullish news. All of the retail investors are going to be jumping on and longing this baby to the moon, and have a game plan to dump on all of your heads and use us all, including myself, as exit liquidity. I would suggest, I'm not giving financial advice, but I would suggest watching it and doing this. Sit on your hands. Don't try to trade it, because unless you just have a gamble bag sitting there and you're like, yeah, I just want to play a little bit, just want to gamble a little bit, then maybe it's a different story. But just tread cautiously, I guess is what I'm saying, because these meetings generally have a an impact on the markets. Obviously, you want to know what's going on. I'm just saying that, Johnny, what did you say? You said damn ads. I think it's like, isn't it? It's pretty cheap, right? It's like, what is it? What is it to remove the ads on YouTube? $5 a month, $10 maybe. Just as a thought, I don't know. Are you saying that you were getting? Are you saying that you were getting ads on this? Listen, for ads, I got to tell you, obviously, I don't get enough viewership right now to make it a huge difference anyway. The little bit of money that I make off of them tossing ads on here is inconsequential. I've thought about turning it off, but let me just tell you guys how this works, okay? It works in this way. YouTube makes money off of ads. If I'm already struggling with YouTube because they don't like what I talk about, right? And then I'm like, you know what? Let me not help them even more and turn off the ads. What do you think? I'm just thinking, as YouTube already doesn't give notifications to half you guys. If I turn off the ads, which I'm willing to do because I don't make enough money for it to matter, I'm already struggling as it is. I feel like YouTube's going to be like, well, this guy isn't doing it. This guy's not only bashing us and talking bad about the left, then we can't have him not putting ads up as well. I don't know. It's a conundrum. I got to figure it out. So Yeah, I agree with you, Patriot K, man. I'm definitely not pulling that comment up, though. I'm having enough trouble here, bro. Crypto fam, I freaking love you guys. I appreciate all of you for being here. There's a lot of OGs here that have been watching me for a while. I will be totally transparent with you guys. I've been struggling recently, right? The views have slowed down a ton. I don't know if it's a time slot. Maybe I should try a different time slot. Maybe my content just sucks. But I don't think it's that. Trading Wars, good news. Everybody likes that. Starts Monday. So please be here for that. That's 1 p.m. That'll go 1 to 2:30, just as a reminder. And going to be kicking people off left and right. Excited about it. Going to have some little twists and turns this season. Crypto faces the Gulag Monster on Thursdays for the 1v1s for whoever gets, kicked but not fully kicked. They get to go to Crypto Face. And then the cool one of the twists that I have, right? Caffeinated, good to know. One of the dude, everybody streams at this time. I know it's killing me. I've thought about changing it so many times, but it's so freaking frustrating, dude. I thought about going back to nights, but then it messes with my then it messes with my personal time. You know what I mean? Like, I already got enough stuff going on. I don't know. I've thought about it, so who knows? I'll kick it around. I'll kick the idea around. What was I trying to say? Oh yeah, if somebody beats Crypto Face. Right? If somebody beats Crypto Face, they will then rotate back into the mainstream. So I'm not doing the, 1v1s where two people. So Crypto Face is going to be on every single Thursday. It's going to be him and then somebody that lost on that week and was going to get kicked, but has the opportunity. And then if that person beats Crypto Face, right? Then boom, they're back to Monday. I think that will be fun, right? It gives them the redemption. It's like the opportunity. It's like, man, I got to go to the Gulag events against the champion. And if they're able to survive, good. Go back on to Monday. So I am doing that differently. Gonna have a lot of fun this season. I do love the show. It is fun. It's great to be able to learn from these great traders. I think that's fantastic. And I hope that you guys will trade along and have some fun. They're doing a bunch of prizes. Check out my link for Fairdesk. I forgot to pin it in the chat today. But if you guys want to trade, I'm telling you this. The other exchanges that I've used in the past, some of them have been okay. Fairdesk, I thoroughly enjoy trading on. It has all of the features that I need. They have more than enough liquidity to do anything you want to do, and you don't have to KYC. I love it. Fairdesk is freaking awesome. Now, I do think you have to KYC if you start trading some massive amounts of, liquidity, but that's that. Sean said, "What's up with you and your old partner?" I bought him out, Sean. There's no problems, no beef, no drama. He's actually coming on for Trading Wars as a contestant for this, for this next season, which starts Monday. I called him yesterday. I'm like, dude, I've had some people dropping off. I'd love to have you. You're trading all the time. He's my dude. He's one of my best friends. Like nothing's changed at all. Just basically some timing and different, X, Y, and Z going on, and it just made sense for me to. It just makes sense for me. Oh, you know what? Hold on a second. I'm going to look at this real quick. This is a great question. Let's look. Boom. Let me see here. Futures. All right, hold on a second. Oh, you're saying for spot or for futures? Hold on a second. Yes, they have Caspa for futures, baby. Yes, they do. Hold on a second. Let me look at spot. Let me look at spot. That's interesting. They've got Caspa for futures, but not for spot. Hold on a second. Interesting. I didn't know that. So you can trade Caspa futures. You can leverage. You can leverage trade, but not spot. I don't know why. Those are some of the things like with TON, Caspa, some of these other assets that are really starting to make a run and a name for themselves that are really, really going, that are really going to explode when they do. So, bereft. Enrique, I didn't know you were intelligent enough to use the word bereft. I applaud you, my friend. You're always busting my balls. So there you go. Never would have known that a guy with a monkey as his PFP is able to use the word bereft. I'm just messing with you, dude. I love you, bro. Patriot K, man, yeah, hit me up on Telegram. I'm here, brother. I'm here. Crypto fam, I love you guys. I appreciate all of you for being here. Like I said, Monday Trading War starting. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back the rest of the week. Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until I tell you different. If I tell you different, I don't freaking know. But I appreciate all of you for being here. Question everything. Trust nothing except for your boy Keeper and Jesus. And until next time, hodl like it's hot. I'll see you soon.